Hello and welcome to episode 7 of Spell Tap Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Goto. This is the podcast where we weave our way through the world of gaming news, reviews, and deep dives. I'm your host, Ryan Goto. Hello, welcome to episode 7 of Spell Tap Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Goto, and joining me today is my trusty co-host, the gaming guru himself, Christopher J. Gannon.
Hey, what's up?
And today we have a special treat for you. We're joined by my good friend, Joseph Vig, a guy who's always got his finger on the pulse of gaming. Welcome back, Joseph.
How's it going, guys?
Today we're diving into some big news stories. Bioware is refocusing on single-player RPGs, and Microsoft has just been hit with a hefty $20 million fine for collecting children's information. As if that wasn't enough, we've got some exciting stuff coming up for the Summer Games Fest, and we'll be breaking down all the confirmed announcements so far. Our main topic will be taking a deep dive into Apple's latest game changer, the $3,500 Vision Pro headset. Will it live up to the hype? We'll be discussing all this and more. But before we get started, if you're enjoying our show, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow us on social media to keep up with all the things Spell Tap Gaming. And if you prefer listening on the go, we're also available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So strap in, folks. This was the real take. All right, let's get into it. All right, Chris.
Yes.
A lot of games came out in the past few days.
Mm-hmm.
What have you been playing?
Diablo 4.
Diablo 4. Okay.
Yes.
Joe, what have you been playing?
Street Fighter 6 all weekend.
Street Fighter 6 all weekend.
And Mox.
Great.
I'm still a bit jealous with that though too.
Oh man, it's been some of the best 30 hours of gaming I've had in a while.
Yeah.
Hard to put down.
Does it make you feel like a child again?
Yeah, in the best of ways.
Good.
Have
Yeah.
you
My 10-year-old self would just be like,
He's there.
Is this the fighting game you think you spent the most time on since release?
oh no, I mean like in total. Oh,
just like as a new release, like
as a new release.
Yeah.
No, because back in the day, I was a really big Soul Calibur fan. I remember when Soul Calibur 2 came out for Xbox and GameCube and PS2, and I got the PS2 version. I bought it brand new, got the whole little art magazine and everything like that. I was so excited for that before it came out, and then while it was coming out, talking to my friends, playing with my friends, doing all that stuff. That's the game I played the most.
Yeah.
Who was the exclusive character for the PS2?
The dude from Tekken. I was never really big Tekken.
Heihachi.
Yeah, Heihachi. Yeah, that's
Okay.
what it was. It was the big dude with the
Yeah, because I had the Xbox version, so I got Spawn.
Bastard.
Spawn is sick,
Yeah,
dude.
and then GameCube got the best one because they got Link.
Yeah.
And then it was so good that they ended up keeping that style to. Yeah. Anyways, that's the one I ended up playing the most. But Street Fighter 6 has been, as far as new gen releases, the best fighting game I've played new gen, hands down.
Excellent.
Cool. All right, guys, let's dive into our first news story. BioWare is reportedly so focused on single-player RPGs like Mass Effect that it's punting Star Wars: The Old Republic into another studio. And this, I'll bring up the article. It says BioWare is reportedly so focused. Okay. And this article is by Dustin Bailey on Games Radar. Let's see. EA has issued a statement to IGN regarding today's report, saying that it's evaluating how to give the game and the team the best opportunity to grow and evolve, which includes conversations with Broadsword, a boutique studio that specializes in delivering online Unity-driven experiences. Our goal is to do what is best for the game and its players. The original story is a new report suggests that development on Star Wars: The Old Republic will soon be moving to a third-party studio as BioWare refocuses on single-player RPGs like the upcoming Dragon Age 4 and Mass Effect 5.
Is that a good thing?
So I guess the Star Wars: The Old Republic MMO has been. I guess that's been around. Like people have been playing it.
I got in on it on day one when it first came out.
I played it for a little bit as well. At the time, I didn't really have a good gaming PC, so it was pretty rough. But man, I did have a good time.
I think that there's a lot of talent on that side of BioWare, because for Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO, to be lasting this long, to have the content, to have the player base to keep up something like that, they must be doing something right over there, to be honest.
But the other thing too, though, is they have Star Wars as the IP.
Yep,
that's
exactly.
It sells itself.
Yeah, Star Wars essentially, unless it's like craptastic.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of the last time. What was the last Star Wars release that was like, this game is trash? I think people would say Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, I think they're mostly just like mid. Like that's the thing.
newer Battlefront.
Yes.
So I would say I would agree. I would 50% agree with that. Because main reason why is because you got this awesome game that didn't have much, and then when they finally gave you what the game was supposed to be, you had to pay extra for it.
So like Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront 1 that came out, I believe in 2015. Yeah, that sounds about right.
15.
I like the gameplay, but the whole game was missing a lot of features.
It was,
and it just got repetitive. Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out, a lot of controversy because of the loot boxes.
Yeah, it was
like all pay to win stuff. And then like 3 years later, the game was decent because they got rid of all that stuff. They reworked a lot of stuff that they make, and this is something that you're doing a lot.
Forced to.
Yeah. So many people. Yeah, it was so bad. But prior to the Xbox Series X coming out, I was actually playing a lot of Battlefront 2. It was pretty fun.
I was too. Every now and then when I need that itch scratched, I'll jump in on it. But I also have the original Battlefront 2, so I still play that if I really need that itch. Heroes and Villains on Mos Eisley, dude, all day.
Rogue Squadron was great too.
Yes, it was.
And then
Rogue Squadron is great.
And they have a VR version that's like really great too. So they've like kind of kept it going.
You're talking about Star Wars Squadrons?
Yes. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, dude, that game is clutch, especially in VR.
Oh yeah.
So I am kind of glad that they're moving some people over to work on, because this is what Microsoft needs. If they want to compete with PlayStation single player narratives and open world games and stuff like that, this is what they need to do.
I agree.
They need to get Mass Effect on there. They need to get Dragon Age 4. Those are huge single player RPGs that I don't know if I don't think they're going to be exclusive, but
no, because they weren't on previous gens. Like Dragon Age for I think PS4
that's true.
And PS3 was on PlayStation. So
that's true, because it will be on everywhere, because I think Bioware is owned by EA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they don't have
so it'll be everywhere.
Contract with them or
anything. It'll be everywhere. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. Like Xbox, they should be exploring that kind of stuff.
If they could find a way to make that exclusive, that would be like one of those things where it's like, okay, cool. Now they have like some of those like games that you can only play on Xbox.
Exactly.
People would want to go to Xbox to just play those.
Yeah, I mean, if they wanted to compete, I think that would be a smart move. But I mean, I don't know. That's not
maybe Mass Effect.
Them. Oh yeah.
Maybe they can get like a year exclusivity, like kind of like PlayStation does with Final Fantasy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, hey, we have this for a full year or two. And then after that, contract opens up.
So BioWare, the BioWare's reputation has kind of been in the dumps lately since Anthem, Mass Effect 4. What else? Those are like the two big stinkers that people were so disappointed in.
I know.
And but I love the Dragon Age series. I love the Mass Effect series. So if they put all their energy and teams on focusing on making those games really good, that makes me excited. If they're pulling talent away from a dying MMO, then that's, I feel like that's a good sign to me.
But what about Knights of the Old Republic, man? Where's the love?
Never played. Never. I mean, I never played it. The Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic, like the single player one.
Yeah.
They need to. Well, so now they're doing a remake. I forget what studio is handling that, but it's been rocky. The development has been kind of out of, no one really knows like the state of it really. Yeah. But it's in the works. We might see.
I bought the HD edition of it for the Switch, and I'm a bit disappointed.
They have an HD version for the Switch? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Doesn't sound like it's good.
Yeah, so
you're not missing anything.
We might see. I think it might be a PlayStation exclusive, and I think that we might see it over the next coming weeks in like some announcement. Hopefully. But let's see, Chris.
Yes.
Like Bioware's reputation was built on games like Dragon Age and Mass Effect. Do you think they're attempting to return to their roots after the mixed reception to games like Anthem?
I don't know, because they're owned by EA, and EA is super shisty.
Yep.
It's like before BioWare was owned by EA, they made killer stuff. But now that they're owned by EA, it's like you do as daddy tells you.
Yeah, I mean, what about you, Joe? What do you think? Do you think going back to Dragon Age and Mass Effect is the right move for BioWare?
Yeah. I think that if when you can't really go wrong going with an established IP. I mean, you can definitely do wrong, but going with that kind of idea will give you that kind of groundation, so where you can build off that, where it's like, cool, you have fans that will already want to buy the next Mass Effect game. So you're like, great, so I already have those people that are going to want to buy that and try it, and hopefully it's good. If it does well, then that's great for a new budding game company, and if it doesn't, then well, we all know what that happens.
Just like the one thing I love about BioWare single player games like Dragon Age and Mass Effect is they're almost they take so much from JRPGs. Like they have these characters that are a part of the story, and they like join you on this quest, and you get to know each one and go deeper into their like relationships, and you feel like Garrus is like this alien from Mass Effect that is like your homie for the whole 3 games, and like you see his arc and the way like he changes, and like his story is so cool. And it's like BioWare is the master of that kind of stuff in Western RPGs. So I'm really excited to see what Dragon Age 4 and Mass Effect 5 have in store for us. Have you guys played any of the Dragon Age games?
Oh yeah, they're they very much remind me of Knights of the Old Republic. You know how you have that
exactly.
You can do an attack and then you can pause it and like rotate the camera to like get yourself in a position of like your next attack. Yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed them. With Mass Effect though, my problem with Mass Effect is I would always get caught up because there was too many choices for me. I don't like making too many choices. Like I want you to make the choice for me so I can.
Interesting.
It. Yeah, man.
Okay.
It's too much for me.
Oh, okay. I get it. Now, I personally, I love the options. Like, I want to know, like, oh, should I do the evil option? Should I do should I be good?
And then I would always make the choice. Like if I was ever talking to a girl, I would always try to flirt with them and see if I could bang them like while I was in the game or something.
Like, does this lead to like? Does this lead to sex? Let me just go this way.
That was my approach my entire like high school.
Yeah, exactly.
In
My high school.
in the MMO Knights of the Old Republic, I used to love that. Like, if you decided that you wanted to go down like the Sith path or the dark path, the more bad stuff that you would do, or the more bad choices that you would do, your eyes would start to get red.
Yeah, that was so
horns.
cool.
And so your character would actually like take on like some of the changes for like from the decisions that you're making.
Yeah, the physical changes.
Yeah, it's weird because like when you wanted to go to the light side, it took forever for you to have any kind of physical changes. I'll eventually like your eyes would start to glow kind of like blue.
Yeah.
But I mean, like but that's telling you something that's like that path is way harder. But it's doing the right thing is always harder.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever play that Bioware Kung Fu RPG game?
What? No.
Oh my. Okay, hold on. I gotta bring this up. I gotta show you. It's one of the best Bioware games that no one has played for some reason.
So it's a gem.
I guess so, but I thought at the time that it was pretty mainstream, but it's not. Oh, it's called Jade Empire.
Oh, never
Okay,
played
that
it.
sounds
Never
familiar,
played
but I've not
okay.
played it.
I gotta show you. Let's see. I'm looking for like a good.
It's freaking dog.
I only want the prime clips. AAA.
I don't want to see no Strub playing. No.
No.
Jade Empire.
Gotta be spell tap gaming worthy.
Okay, here's okay.
Last fight.
If I could.
I'm in. This world is out of balance.
Oh yeah, max 480, baby.
Max 480.
Dude.
No one's gonna be able to see this.
See what?
Yeah, exactly.
Jade Empire is a kung fu
No.
epic RPG.
No, look at this review. Oh my god.
Oh, IGN classic. Okay.
It's got a little bit of Zelda like Dark Souls kind of vibe.
So this was the follow-up. This was they came out with this game like maybe a couple years after Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
And it had one of like the best stories, and again and it's like a kung fu RPG with like this super cool story. You make your own character. You make a character, and like they had like skill trees and stuff like that. And again, like they had these characters that were your companions that were super cool, and like, oh man, it was so fun. BioWare, they need to remake this game.
That's a sick name for a move. About 1,000 cuts.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
They did have really good writing for those early years. The early BioWare games, those are really well written games. Like a lot of like amazing voice acting and the eerie music in the background, and just like the little plot twists and Easter eggs throughout the game. Just a really well rounded game.
So cool, man. And again, like it's a game. It's like this super deep story that you can like really go into the relationships of like all the characters in the game, and it just it made you care. It really made you at the end of the game. You're like, yeah, we did it, guys.
It's actually some pretty solid animations for the movements.
Yeah, I played this on Xbox for hours.
Oh, the first Xbox.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's. I'm actually pretty impressed at the graphics still, even at 480. You can tell the potential,
Oh yeah. All right, let's see. I gotta bring up. Okay, we're gonna just hang out and kill some time. Let's play some background music. While we wait for Chris, he went to go handle something, but All right, Joe. Well, like, let's see. What are there any games you're kind of like looking forward to Summer Games Fest?
Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, baby.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I mean
baby.
anything Final Fantasy, I'm going to be stoked for it. But the new Final Fantasy 16, I'm stoked for it to return back to the classic kind of medieval style. I don't know exactly how I feel about it not being open world as opposed to like the last game where it was like very open world. But not that I liked the last game, but in my head, I feel like that's where they should be going. But it's cool that they're taking that direction because they can probably have a little bit more focused story, which is like a something that's very well known in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, man, me too. The graphics and the gameplay look solid. I'm super stoked about that.
I mean, that's always going to be like a staple of any of their games.
I like Final Fantasy more when it's kind of almost like science fiction-y.
Yeah,
like steampunkish. That's
agree.
what I kind of like it more like that.
Yeah, the 7 was an allure for a lot of players because they're like, oh wow, like this is like a modern take, like that post-apocalyptic kind of feel.
Right.
That's why 9's my favorite.
9 is sick. 9 is also like that return to like classic fantasy, and they did it right. Yeah.
Cool. Next story is Microsoft fined $20 million for illegally collecting children's information on Xbox. The FTC's decision follows a similar, albeit larger, crackdown on Epic last year. The Federal Trade Commission just announced that Microsoft has fined $20 million over charges it illegally collected personal information from children who signed up for its Xbox gaming system and, wait for it, without their parents' consent.
What? How did that happen?
Little Johnny's over at his buddy's house, and he's like, "Bro, can I create a gamer tag?"
Yeah, the story
of course. My mom doesn't care.
Wait, an email? I don't even have one of those. Let me make an email real quick.
I think my mom has one of those.
Yeah, right.
So this story is from Kotaku, written by Luke Plunkett. So I don't know, like, who they're making emails, and they're somehow getting access to Xbox Live. Like that's ludicrous. Who's raising these kids?
The streets. That's what's raising these kids.
It's $20 million. That's a lot of money.
It's pocket change for Microsoft though, so
I wonder how they how do they even know? You know? Like,
dude,
when they sign up, it's like, oh yeah, my birthday is in 1975.
well, it's like they do the sign up or whatever, and then they give you the terms and conditions, which nobody ever reads because they're way too long. You just agree because you want to play.
like how I'm trying to think about how they would regulate this. What? Because everyone's doing this,
require the Kinect camera to always be on, like they were originally gonna do, and then they will know if it's a child or not. All solved.
But Joe, what about those of us that like to game naked? Can't have to connect on all the time.
Valid concern, my friend.
I think that they need to, let's see, what can they gotta answer like a question like only an adult would know, like
who's the president?
Yeah, like who?
Dude, no, kids know that stuff, man.
They can just Google everything now.
The problem is, they're giving 10-year-olds phones, so they have access to all that information.
If kids could just Google stuff, they'd know a lot more, but they just don't.
I know.
So I'm wondering how. Yeah, because I guess Epic got hit last year with this. I think
Fortnite, dude.
I think Meta probably already got hit by this, but the squeakers are still there. Meta,
I know.
The squeakers are still there.
I mean, they squeaking.
So
a lot too.
That's a bummer. I kind of don't. I don't blame Microsoft. I mean, it's not their fault. They just want
It is
that. They
very
just
hard
want their
to bet.
data. They just want their children's data so that they
just
can track their
let 'em mine.
screen time. You know.
I just want to send them ads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell
Proper
your
ads,
parents.
though.
Tell your
Properly
parents to buy
tailored
this,
ads.
right?
Yeah.
Don't you want the next toy?
Don't you want
The
this
next
next? Don't you
cool
want this next
toy.
addicting game?
Don't you want to see this next movie that you need to see?
Tell your parents to buy you this digital content. Just get your parents' credit card and get all the Fortnite coins you can buy.
That's right. And also remember to subscribe and like to Spelltap Gaming.
Yes,
Exactly.
that's the most important thing.
And give us free stuff.
That's right.
Okay, guys, next story is we're gonna jump into kind of the details of the Summer Game Fest. And let's see. Man, there we go. Oh, that's not it. Share this tab instead. Okay. Summer Game Fest 2023. Everything you need to know. This is from Games Radar, Sam Loveridge. All the partners, dates, and times, news, and more ahead of the Summer Games Fest. I wanted to take. Okay, so first of all, when is the Summer Game Fest? It is tomorrow, June 8th at 12 p.m. Pacific time. I don't know about you guys, but I will be reacting live. If any of you would like to join me for that, it'd be a good time. Let me know.
Right on.
Well, I'm not going anywhere tomorrow.
Okay, well, let's do it, man. Let's meet up. Let's watch it together and get blown away by trailers.
Is that from the new Death Stranding with the old?
Is that Norman Reedus?
Yeah,
No, it's
I
a
think right.
filter.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
It looks like
Yeah,
Norman
it is.
And it says image credit Kojima Productions. So that's got to be from the new Death Stranding.
Death Stranding is actually a really fun game. It surprised me.
But I couldn't finish it.
Did any of you
I
guys
didn't
play?
finish it either.
Did any
But
of
it's
you
a
guys
good
play
concept.
PT?
No.
If you ever look it up, just put p.t.game, and it's just such a
I know what it is.
yeah. I played it, and it's disgusting.
Isn't it just like an endless loop?
It's an endless loop that just gets worse and worse and worse, and it's just disgusting. It fucks with your head.
Does it ever stop?
It does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's gross, dude. Like there's this like one point where I went in the bathroom and there's like a fucking half-grown fetus in there like crying and shit.
What?
Yeah, it was disgusting, dude.
That's not gross. That's like every day in
Right up
Texas.
Kojima's
Like
alley. Is that Kojima?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
not cool, Ryan.
He loves
Not
those
cool.
fetuses.
So we have a list of Summer Game Fest partners here. Any of these stand out to you?
Sega.
We have
Hopefully
Sega,
hopefully some Atlas stuff.
some Atlas stuff.
So
Yeah.
Sega owns Atlas, so every time I
Okay.
see the name, I always hope that
Oh man. Yeah, that'd
something.
be.
I'm gonna
I
go.
wanna-
Go
I want
ahead.
more Persona. I want some more Persona.
hopefully Persona 6. Yeah.
I'm obviously gonna go with. I have three here. I got Ubisoft, Warner Brothers, and where was it? I just saw it. Square Enix.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Well, yeah. What in particular are you looking forward to for these?
Well, okay, so Ubisoft, I feel like they make a lot of games that scratch the type of itches that I have.
Okay. Fair enough. You know,
Um,
they're having their own showcase too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, I've never been too big of an Assassin's Creed fan. I liked Black Flag because I love pirates. But I love the type of games they make because they're a lot different from the traditional type of games. Like, did you ever play For Honor?
Yeah, I did.
God, that game was so fun, dude. Like,
I couldn't get into it. It was too hard for me. Got wrecked.
But that's what makes it fun is that you have to actually get good at it.
Yeah.
But once you put some time into it and you start
Get good.
and you start executing fools. Oh, dude, killer stuff. But Warner Brothers, mainly because they have a lot of the licenses that I like. You know, like I've said a couple podcasts ago, I was talking about the Mad Max game. They have, they have Batman, a lot of that stuff, and then
Yeah, we can definitely use a next gen Batman game.
absolutely, and then Square Enix, dude, because of the RPGs.
Yeah, of course. I see Magic the Gathering on here as well. That looks
That's interesting, right?
As like a longtime fan, that should be cool. Also, Gearbox Publishing, maybe hopefully next, excuse me, a new Borderlands finally.
Oh, dude, I totally would fuck with a new Borderlands.
Gearbox.
Capcom, yeah, anything Capcom.
Yeah.
Let's
Maybe
see.
a new what's the Monster Hunter, right? So maybe a new Monster Hunter I think is supposed to come out.
Give me a new Dead Rising.
Ooh, there we go. Have you played the new Resident Evil 4 remake?
No, I'm waiting for the VR update.
I love that.
Yeah.
You're a sick man, but I love that.
I know. give me pain, give me stress, give me all of it. I'm down.
I was just explaining to my wife that you played that Resident Evil in VR because I was playing it, and she was like, "What is this? This is creepy." And I was like, "Yeah, I was just talking to my homie. He plays it in VR." And I was like,
Yeah,
"I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it."
It almost simulates the same feeling as like being on a battlefield. It's that constant stress of like, oh shit, someone coming this way, and then like you'll hear something and you turn around and then you start firing at a dude and then you completely forgot about the other asshole behind you that you were looking at in the first place.
And you completely forget that you only have like 3 bullets in your gun, and that you have like 1 little herb of health, and you're like, hold on, maybe I can't fight all these guys. I have to run.
Yep, it's that kind of stress. But I love it, dude. I've gotten so good at like all the reloads where you just like drop the mag, you're like bam, bam, and you just get back into it. Love it.
Nice. Let's see what I see. I see CD Projekt Red.
Cool.
Hoping to see some Witcher stuff. We're probably gonna see the expansion for Cyberpunk 2077. Looking forward to that.
You played it?
Playing that?
Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Cyberpunk, man.
I knew you were that guy, dude. You made your
Cyberpunk's
character
my
and
game.
you gave him the biggest dick possible, huh?
And biggest tits. he had a penis and had boobs.
tits.
Yeah.
The best of both worlds.
Yeah.
I was a superior human being in that game. Just saying.
Yes.
I evolved.
Ryan and I both bought it day one. I was completely and utterly like crushed because I had such high hopes. Ryan persevered and played on through the updates. I did not, and I commend you, Ryan, because you're. It
was fine on Series X. It was better than playable. You know,
I was playing
it did have glitches.
Pro, so
yeah.
I know it's a lot better now after they've done so many patches, but I look at it and it looks so good that the reason why I haven't played it is because I'm hoping they would do a VR version someday.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would really play it so I could be in.
It's set up perfectly for VR.
It
has the viewpoint.
It has
already.
everything, and I was like, all this game needs, is a quick little rework. But I'm speaking it this way because I've never done it. So it's like, of course, I think it's easy when it's not.
I'm hoping they, just stick with what they know, and not do anything like too crazy.
Yeah.
What else is here? Disney, EA. Looking for some new Star Wars games. That would be pretty awesome. I love me some Honkai Star Rail.
Yep, Hoyoverse.
Magic the Gathering looks interesting. I wish it was more than just the card game.
I think they're supposed to have some sort of actual, like, I don't know, something better than Arena. Arena's great to scratch the itch, but they need I don't know. I think
You
they
know-
I think they realized they hit a wall or a threshold with that, and they need to make a bit bigger infrastructure so they can do actual multiplayer and everything like that.
You know, boys, we might have to get a Commander game going one of these days.
Oh, please, let's do it, and we can do a live stream of it. We'll do it on Spell Tap.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Cool, guys. So those were our news stories today. We're going to jump into our main topic, which is the Apple's new VR headset, the Vision Pro, priced at $3,500. I watched the trailer for it, and it just looked like the Quest Pro to me.
Here, I'll give you another name for it. iPhone VR.
Yeah, yeah, without a doubt. That's exactly what I felt like I was watching.
Yeah. So I think I see where Apple's trying to go is they're trying to get the phone out of your pocket now and onto your face.
Yeah.
You know, so
Even closer to your eyes.
yeah, closer to your eyes. So here's the thing, right? It's like they're trying to get it to where the pass-through feels exactly like just wearing a pair of glasses, and then, you know, you can just pull other stuff up while you're wearing them all the time. So you know this thing's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller over time. But there's no way I'm paying $3,500 for something that I can't play a fucking game on.
Yeah. The immersion seems cool. I think the best application would be if for some reason you fly a lot. That would be sick.
That would be cool.
To watch movies and be totally immersed and be like, I'm on a 5-hour flight from, you know, New York to LAX. I can put that on and watch any movie, and that'd be so
Instead
sick.
of that bullshit backseat TV.
Bro. That was the first thing when they showed the flight. I was like, "Ah, man, I wouldn't want to be that guy, but I would be that guy because that would be so." It would be
Everyone's
so
all
sick.
miserable and they look over at you and you're
And
smiling.
I'm just like, I think I'm like on a cloud. There's like clouds around me. Dude, the possibilities for being like in this really nice, like relaxing, immersive area while you're doing something like very not relaxing, like flying, sounds very appealing.
Nice.
That's about the only application I can think of. That was a pretty cool though. That little like how it casts a shadow in real life.
Yeah, so it's like I look at this, right, and my headset can already do a lot of this stuff.
The Oculus will do stuff like that as well.
It doesn't do any type of the pass through is no good right now. It's not very good. I like the idea of being able to just use your hands to do things because hand tracking's awesome. It feels really good. But I can't I can watch movies, I can surf the web, I can look at pictures and stuff, but I can't play any games.
That's the one thing that
I want to play games.
But aren't they gonna? They have an infrastructure for games like Apple. What is
They do.
What's the Apple Games or Apple Arcade? Apple Arcade, right? Which can't they just like implement that into this?
I mean, if they would have shown something on here, I might have been a little more like susceptible. Or susceptible to like enjoying it.
What is this person doing?
Meditating,
tripping out.
dude.
They're tripping out.
Yeah, like something like this.
Doing peyote.
Like, I don't know, putting it on just to do that. I don't know, but to do like I don't know, drugs and do it would be pretty cool.
Dude, I was thinking the same thing.
That's where my mind goes. I was like, man, this would be awesome on acid, sure.
So it looks like it's fully connected to your phone.
$3,500 just to have a really amazing acid trip. I was like, I see all that stuff without the Oculus. Though.
You guys want to take an eighth of mushrooms and just see where this thing goes?
You're like, whoa, hey, check this out. I'm just gonna open the screen and close it.
Yeah, right. The guy's just like, whoa, look at this. I can make it bigger with just my fingers.
But you notice how every time they're alone.
Oh, I know.
You know, you can't have these things on and be social in any kind of way. It totally cuts you off from whoever's around you.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have it on, right? But I think what I think they're trying to do is see, but you see how you see all of the actual place around you and then all you see is your screen. So you see your screen, but all your peripherals are there and everything, so people can actually talk to you and stuff. And this is what I don't like because like when I'm in my headset and like my wife comes and knocks on the door and she goes, "Hey, hun," like I have to take that shit off, and I'm like, "What the fuck do you want? I'm busy." Like,
Yeah, I don't even try.
I'm trying to check out. Like, get out of here.
Get out of here.
I'm in another world now.
So, $3,500.
Yeah, it's
trying
too
to
much.
think.
Pretty pricey.
What would I think I might get a second PC.
Oh yeah, many
For
other
that kind of
things.
money.
Ryan, you could get a used car for $3,500
I would
Yeah.
get.
And fill it up with gas once.
and fill it up with gas once.
Oh man, I'd pay off my credit card.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, you gotta buy it. $3,500? Come on,
I don't see how I can make that money up
I can't,
with
dude."
these things. Anyway,
Like
Okay.
the highest I would go for something for this thing is the same as like an iPhone, like 11 or $1,200. I can't do 3,500, dude. That is out of the question. That is like, no, thank you.
no, thank you, sir.
Yeah, no, thank you, sir.
All right, man. So that's an expensive piece of hardware right there. I'll get it on sale. Black Friday. Let's go.
Sure.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I don't even need a new TV.
Hey, if
Plenty of
you get
TV.
it, give me a call so I can try it. And if it's that good, I'll buy it at full price.
Deal.
That's definitely something I would need to try before I buy.
Yeah, it's like because they
So,
they
send
definitely
us
got some return policy.
We'll try it out and let you know how it is, and then maybe we'll get it.
Yeah.
Do you hear that, Apple?
Give us free stuff.
Oh man, I'm trying to find the.
We'll review
Yeah.
it for you. We promise.
There you
Oh
go.
jeez.
No, Apple. It's not Meta. It's Apple.
Oh my bad. Hold on. I'll fix it.
Well, yeah, Meta give us free stuff too, but I mean,
Yeah.
we're not picky.
Meta, give us free Quest 3 so we
There
can
we
all
go.
Give me
LAN
free
party
stuff.
together.
Apple, give me free stuff.
Let's
Tell me
go.
I'm poor.
Okay, so yeah, we're kind of mid on the headset.
Yeah.
Joe, you've been playing Street Fighter this whole weekend. Are you ready to give us some impressions on what you've experienced so far?
I would love to.
Cool, man. Let's jump right into it then.
It's literally been fucking dudes up in the alleys.
Man, that was just being a complete degenerate with Cammy.
Cool, man. So, like, what do you?
Damn, I'm not gonna lie. They
Like,
made her really
how-
sexy.
Yeah, she looks
That-
amazing.
those faces were kind of
They
weird.
made her
though.
really sexy.
So
Look at
what?
EJ
What
looks
is?
freaking awesome too.
What stands out to this game for you?
Graphics, it's just fun. It has a really fun feel. The best part about it is that they don't take themselves too seriously, so it's just got a lot of style and flair, and they have a lot of care for their history, and that shows. And you can see it in like everything from like the gameplay to like little things while you're walking around to just like little Easter eggs in the game. It's just good. It has all the feels.
I like the kind of like the graffiti lines as you get like a big hit or something.
Yeah, so that's I believe that's a drive impact hit. The
Oh,
little
okay.
ones. Yeah, so
So instead of your character blinking yellow, that's what happens.
so you can kind of set it up to different controls, but basically as a hit's coming in, you can counter it with that, or you can do it as a big hit, or if two people do it at the same time, it becomes like a duel of like who gets it off.
Oh,
like,
that's fun.
yeah, so it adds like a little bit of extra gameplay, and also too, it's a good entryway for players that aren't very good, because sometimes when you're just getting pounded and pounded and pounded and pounded, that is a way out.
It is. I've
way
been
out.
there.
Yeah. It's a way to parry and get yourself like some space and to get a big hit and to just try to get some ground back.
So how does the parry system work in this game?
There's a direct parry that you can do, and then there's a kind of like a parry to hit away, in addition to the drive impact.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So this is me playing some of the arcade machines that
I know people can be very confused. Like, what the fuck?
Just to add some context here.
Were you ever a fan of Sun?
I love Sun, dude. I love a lot of the old school Capcom arcade machines. I have a really good collection of ROMs, and this is one of my favorites. I'm doing really bad here, but I getting the groove after a little bit.
This is a hard game, though.
No.
This game's
It's
hard.
Yeah, I'm grooving right now.
I love the music.
Oh, you missed it. I was gonna.
Oh, my bad.
My high score name.
No one needs to see that, Joe.
ASS?
No, it's because for Capcom games, if you put ass, it'll switch it to Capcom.
Oh, okay.
How many people did that?
Yeah, I do recall that happening because I've done it.
Yeah, it'll switch it to Cap.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So this is me playing what is it? One of the tournaments during the World Tour.
Yeah.
And this is my character here that I modeled after Morrigan from Darkstalkers. Oh yeah, she hot.
So Joe, I suck at fighting games. Like, is there what features about this game do you think is gonna like bring someone like me into it, who like just button mashes and just like, okay, just fights a little bit and then like just gets destroyed?
So they have multiple different control settings. The one I'm playing on right now is classic, which is the most amount of buttons, and then I have them switch to a specific. Like I have X as my light punch, circle is my light kick, square, and then so on and so forth. And that's how I have my stuff set up, because that's just the way my brain works. They have a modern controls, and then they have a dynamic controls. So modern kind of like breaks it down just a little bit more, and then dynamic takes it down to a 3-button system. You can do automatic like press to do like specials, to do like the cool little like intricate moves like a Hadouken and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're a new player, this is the game to play for Street Fighter. If you're new.
Ryan, you have the skills. They just lay dormant.
Yes, this is true.
So what are kind of like the new like figures and mechanics in this game?
Well, that drive impact thing that I was saying is one of the new mechanics. What are some other things? Obviously, I think mostly the big thing is the World Tour, is to be able to just like not just play like online and to have like a game outside of playing 1v1. Is just to have the open world feel, to be able to create a character. The best part for me for all this stuff has been combining all of the special moves within a style. So basically, when you get a character, you'll choose a style. Like, let's just say you love Cammy. You're like, I'm gonna have Cammy's basic moveset. So you have Cammy's like light punch, all of her punches, all of her kicks, and everything like that. But then you can go through and be like, okay, well, I want Ken's Shuriken. I want what is it? Like, yeah, I want a DJ's moves. I want a Kimberly's moves. I want one of Lily's moves. I want one move from Cammy just to have like a little thing like Cannon Spike or something like that. So
that changes a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Like that little bit of flair, like being able to mix and match. That's one of the best parts, because it's like sometimes you really do love a character, but you're like, there are some things that I do love about other characters.
Yeah, you like a portion of what they do, or I get it. Yeah, dude, that I really think that would change a lot for the esports game if they allowed you to, use your characters for it. Like that would be nasty.
So in the battle hub, you can go and you can sit down at arcades and battle each other on arcade machines as the Street Fighter characters. But you can go to the middle area and fight people as your avatar, which has all the little things that you have set up. So there's a gateway for that kind of esport thing where you're playing as your avatar, and that would be pretty sick.
It's funny too, because like I remember I practiced so hard when I was living in Japan because I was gonna enter a Street Fighter tournament. Dude, I got my ass kicked, bro. Like,
bro, it's relentless.
I thought I got good. I thought I was good, and I had like half. I had a whole half of humble pie, dude. I got good.
It's crazy because like the fact that they spend so many hours like looking at each frame of animation so they know exactly when to time punches, exactly when to time like counters, exactly when to go in, exactly when to back off. Like just having all that stuff memorized is definitely something I commend you fighting fans.
Yeah, virgins.
Ooh.
No, I'm kidding. I'm just salty because I got my ass beat.
Are there any things about the game that you have a gripe with?
A gripe. Oh, it's a small little teeny gripe. It's probably something that's going to get hammered out in the later thing. But I went to go put input lag to I think it was like reduce input lag, and immediately I was getting screen tearing.
You were getting screen tearing?
Yeah, and it was weird because I looked it up immediately, and a lot of people were like, "Hey, I noticed this as soon as I turned it on. Turn it off, and you'll get it back. Maybe they'll make a patch for it later." But yeah, I don't know. I didn't do a recording of it because it was like immediately as soon as I started the game, because I was like going through the settings, and that's what I normally do, is get my settings all set up. And I was like, oh yeah, of course I want the least amount of latency or lag between like my button presses. Why wouldn't you? And I was like, okay, why is my brand new game like nasty screen tearing? It looked like, I don't know if you played like God of War back in the day, like on PS2. Do you remember that? Yeah, do you remember that screen tearing? That's exactly what it looked like.
Okay. And you're on a PS5, right?
Yeah, and so I was like, this is
that should not be happening.
Yeah, and so I looked it up, and people were like, yeah, turn it off for now. And I mean, since then, I have had zero issues, like as far as like frame rate drop and texture pop in, all the classic little things that you associate with like a game, especially when it's brand new. No issues. Not a single crash in over 30 hours of playing the game.
Good. Very good.
Yeah. So it's like the game runs. So it's like they put out a game that is, day one patch, like great. That was a little disappointing that input latency thing is there. But I mean, after playing it for so long, I couldn't tell you that I noticed that there was any latency.
Right.
So I'd say there are no gripes, truly.
Are there like... What have they fixed any, or have they improved on any things that like hardcore Street Fighter fans like really enjoy now, like quality of life stuff?
It'd be hard to speak on that because I'm not a hardcore Street Fighter fan. I'm more of just a casual fan that's been playing like periodically throughout all of the iterations. I guess I'd have to sit through and play through more of like the online, or maybe like get some more of that. But I spent most of my time doing the world tour, which is where the major draw for this game, getting it day one, was for me. I was like, cool, I get to play a Street Fighter game in an open world. That sounds amazingly appealing to me.
Can you talk a little bit more about
happened.
that?
For the world tour?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you create a character. You start off with the new character Luke, who's basically he was in the army and fought with Guile. He's like a brawler kind of character. So if you like kind of fighters like Ken and Ryu and stuff like that, and I feel like it's a good mix of like Ken, Ryu, and Guile, like all mixed into one. I mean, dude's absolutely jacked. He starts you off on your training, gives you all these missions. The missions are, there are some kind of missions that are like, I'm running over here and I'm running over there and I'm running over here and I'm running over there, but you're fighting so much and you're doing so many other things that it's never just I'm just running over here and running over there. It's like, well, I'm running over here and I fight a bunch and I do all this stuff, and it's like, cool, all right, I picked up this item, gotta go take it back to this person over here. So it's like the typical kind of like open world like mission kind of, you know, mumbo jumbo, but it's in a Street Fighter world, so it's ultimately more appealing.
Righteous.
And I created a character, and it's like like I said, I'm using all my favorite moves, and I'm literally walking around like doing spinning bird kicks, like Chun-Li's move, to like old ladies on the street, and
Totally worth it.
Nice.
yeah, I mean, like, who doesn't want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to do that?
Right? Yeah, they should just put that on the cover. They should have just told me that in the first place.
A kick to the face of an old lady, like,
Oh my god!
I'd buy that.
Oh dear!
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And then meeting all of your masters, because basically what you do is you meet all the Street Fighter characters like while you're playing, and then you become enrolled in their school as a master. And then as you do like little things for them, like basically as you use their style, you level up, and then that's how you get you unlock different specials from them. In addition to, while you're playing, they'll come and join you in battle. That's sick. Like while you're playing, instead of you doing your special, you can click like R1 and R2 at the same time, and Chun-Li will come out, or Ryu will come out, or Luke will come out, and they'll start just like absolutely like whooping ass.
Nice.
And it's so sick.
Nice, man. All right, guys. I think that wraps it up for today's show. Huge thank you to my co-host, Christopher J. Gannon, and a special shout out to Joseph Vig for sharing your insights and joining us on our discussions today. Before we close, you've enjoyed an episode. If you've enjoyed this episode, remember to hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with all our gaming chats, news, and deep dives. You can also follow us on our social media platforms for exciting content and discussions. And if you prefer audio, remember, you can always find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Got a topic you want us to cover, a game you want us to review, or a question you're just burning to ask? Drop us a message on social media or leave us a comment on YouTube. We love hearing from you. So stay safe, keep gaming, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.
Lights.